Hi, I'm Jeff, and welcome to another one of my videos where I take a look at all the new comic books coming out on either October 3rd or 4th, 2023, and I ask myself the question, what one new comic book would I buy this week if I could buy just one book? Except for once again this week, that's not what I am going to be doing. I do not have a pick again this week. It's been like 4 weeks in a row where I haven't had a pick. It's a little annoying and frustrating for me because, I make these videos because I'm excited about comic books and I get excited about certain new comic books and I want to share that excitement with all of you, but there's been very little for me to be exciting about. There can't be something every week, I know, but this has been a lot of weeks in a row where there hasn't been anything to be exciting about. So it's a little bit disappointing. There are still some honorable mentions that I'm going to bring to your attention today. So there's something I think worth checking out in this video still, but I will not, once again, have a pick for you. Let's go ahead and start off this video, not by taking a look back at my pick from 2 weeks ago, because there was no pick 2 weeks ago, but by looking forward at the books that are coming out this week. The first book I want to tell you about is a new book. It is called DCs Ghouls Just Wanna Have Fun. Issue number 1, it's a one-shot, obviously, from DC. We're officially in October. October is the month of Halloween, so spooky season is more than officially upon us. And I enjoy spooky season and Halloween season myself. I hope you do as well. If you do and you want some fun DC-themed spooky stories, this book is just about perfect for you. Now, the vibe I'm getting from it is that it is kind of the all ages types of spooky stories, so nothing too graphic or scary. So this is something that you could get for a younger reader, which is perfect because Halloween is an all ages holiday. So I think it's fully appropriate for this book to be an all ages book. So it might be fun for kids, might be fun for adults. Might be fun for anybody who likes spooky things and DC, so it might be fun for you. The next book I want to tell you about is Batman 138 from DC. This is the one book that I am purchasing this week, and I guess by the rule I could have made it my just one book pick, but it's part 4 of the Gotham War. It's nothing to get especially excited about. If you're reading the Gotham War and enjoying the Gotham War like I am, you're probably looking forward to this. But if you're not, you couldn't care any less, because you're not going to jump on and get excited about Batman at part 4 of the Gotham War. But it has been really, really good. Batman's good in general. I like Chip Zdarsky a lot, so I'm looking forward to it. Maybe you are as well. The next book I want to tell you about is a new book. It is called The Transformers, or just Transformers, I should say. Issue number 1 from Image Comics, Skybound to be more specific. Pretty sure everybody out there knows who the Transformers are. If you don't, there was a cartoon back in the 80s. There have been numerous movies over the past 20 years or something like that. So the Transformers are definitely out there, definitely popular, definitely interesting to a lot of people. So it makes sense that there's a comic book about the Transformers, and this is issue number 1 in a new ongoing Transformer series. One fun fact that I'll let you know, just in case you didn't already know, this book is written by Daniel Warren Johnson with art by Mike Spicer. But what's especially interesting about it is that this Transformer series is part of the Energon universe that is being developed and shepherded by Robert Kirkman over at Image. In case you don't know who Robert Kirkman is, he's the creator of The Walking Dead, so it's a pretty big deal. So the fact that he's working on this Energon universe is of note. And also the Energon universe not only includes Transformers, but it also includes G.I. Joe, and it also includes other new characters that are out there in the world as well. So if any of that is exciting to you, maybe you consider picking up Transformers this week. The next book I want to let you know about is a new book. It is called Mom Breaks the Internet, issue number 1 from Scout Comics. Basically, this is about a mom who is tech savvy. She works as a computer programmer, and she gets laid off. and her daughter gets arrested at a peaceful protest. And the mom kind of loses it a little bit, and she's had enough. She's fed up. So she recruits a bunch of other tech-savvy moms to jump on the internet and enact a radical plan to force the world to change, I assume for the better. That's actually kind of interesting. I mean, when you think about, stories about moms, you're not like, oh, that's usually not like, oh, this is going to be amazing. But this could be actually kind of cool. It's just different enough to have piqued my interest. And considering I'm only buying one book this week, I might consider checking this out, maybe taking it off the shelf and flipping through it and seeing if it's interesting to me. It's got enough uniqueness and enough that's interesting that I'm curious, but it's not so much that I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get it. I gotta. So we'll see. We'll see what happens if I end up picking that up. But at the very least, I wanted you to all know about it. The next book I want to let you know about is a new book. It is called The Devil That Wears My Face, issue number 1 from Mad Cave Studios. This is basically about an outcast exorcist priest who he's trying to rescue a nobleman, I think it's from a demon. And demons, they don't like that. So the demon ends up stealing the priest's appearance, which the priest doesn't like. And so now the priest is trying to stop that and get his face back. Sounds like it is pretty interesting, if you like stuff like The Exorcist. It even says here, equal parts Face Off, the movie Face Off with Nick Cage and John Travolta, and The Exorcist. That's just about perfect. So if you are interested in what this is offering, maybe consider picking it up this week. The next book I want to let you know about is another new book. It is called Alice Cooper, issue number 1 of a 5-issue limited series from Dynamite. This is an Alice Cooper themed comic book. The description's pretty convoluted. There's a lot going on between rock and roll and demons and hell and all this different kind of stuff. All the stuff in the Alice Cooper vein. It's all on theme. But it's pretty convoluted. So if you're not an Alice Cooper fan, and by the way, if you don't know who Alice Cooper is a rock legend who started his rock and roll journey in the 70s with songs like School's Out for Summer and No More Mr. Nice Guy. He's a legit rock and roll legend. If you're a fan, maybe you'd like to read a 5-part story about Alice Cooper, being the ultimate Alice Cooper. But if you're not an Alice Cooper fan, you're probably not going to care. The next book I want to let you know about is a new book. It is Strange Academy, The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 1 from Marvel Comics. Very short description says, the brilliant new villain, The Equation, has taken down Miles Morales, Moon Knight, and half the students of Strange Academy. Can the Amazing Spider-Man be of help? Probably. Spider-Man's pretty helpful in a lot of situations. Most situations that Spider-Man tackles they're resolved, at least temporarily. So I wouldn't expect any less from this, but who knows? Maybe not. Maybe The Equation is too much for Spider-Man to handle. We'll see. This feels like it's just a one-shot. It feels like it's basically something to just kind of keep the fires going for the Strange Academy fans, which there's a decent amount of them, but it seems like Strange Academy has fallen off here a bit. So this is probably a way to keep, like I said, the fires stoked for the fans of Strange Academy. Could be entertaining, could be fun, could be an opportunity for Strange Academy fans to get more Strange Academy, and if you are Strange Academy curious, it might be a $4.99 opportunity to dive in and check out and see what Strange Academy is about, at least in part. The last book I'm going to let you know about this week is a new book. It is Gods, issue number 1 from Marvel Comics. The description for this is just about as convoluted as you can get and cryptic. It is not telling me anything that makes me think like, oh wow, this is going to be a really great story, or this is really going to be entertaining, or it's not telling me anything except for that Doctor Strange is involved, which is cool. I like Doctor Strange, and that this is written by Jonathan Hickman. That's cool. I like Jonathan Hickman, but I'm not like such a gigantic Jonathan Hickman fan that I'm gonna like run out to pick this up. Especially since it is a $9.99 book. And you heard me, I think it was last week, kind of railing a little bit on the price of some of these books. They just are way too expensive to motivate me to want to try something. So because I'm not especially excited about anything that they're presenting me here, I'm not going to try it. But maybe you are a gigantic Doctor Strange or Jonathan Hickman fan, and you have crazy amounts of cash, so you're like, you know what, I'm gonna check it out, and I'm very happy for you. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought about Gods, if you are that person. Of course, after you've had the chance to read it. But for the rest of us, it's a little bit more difficult to stomach giving it a shot this week, so I'm not gonna. Okay, those are all the books I'm going to talk about this week. I hope there was something in there that was interesting to you, and at the very least, maybe this was a little bit entertaining as well. If you enjoyed this video, likes are very much appreciated by me, so please hit that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, I invite you to go ahead and do so right now. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.